Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 7:41 p.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Thursday the 11th of August.
And Alexa, what's the weather forecast for this evening?
This evening, you can expect clear skies, with temperatures around 18 degrees.
So guys, I've been round my mum, Jennifer's, at Durrell Gardens since about, I don't know, it must be about at least 12 o'clock this afternoon. I got back just about 6:30, 6:45. So what happened was my mum ordered a taxi to get here for 11:45, and things have all been sorted out now, but it was a bit of a mess. Right, so my mum told me that the taxi was coming in 8 minutes. So I thought I've got enough time to get ready, to get my washing together, to get my bags together before the taxi came. Now, I don't know why, but I was looking outside for a white taxi because my mum usually gets star taxis, which are usually white. Sorry about that, my dog went onto the balcony. Right, so my mum usually gets star taxis, which are usually white. So I wasn't really looking for a red taxi. Anyway, after getting my washing together, I heard a beep noise, a really loud beep. So I thought that's my taxi. So I went downstairs with 2 bags and I looked round the back, I couldn't see a taxi. I looked to my left and to my right, I couldn't see a taxi anywhere. So my mum rang me up and she sounded quite cross. She said, "Get outside quickly, Ginestra, the taxi's like here." So I couldn't see a taxi anywhere. I heard a beep, but I couldn't see where it was coming from. So I came back into the flat, came upstairs, and then I saw a red taxi go down. And then I was outside waiting and he went up. A bald taxi driver, completely bald guy. Anyway, I thought, right, I've had enough of this. I've been up and down 3 times looking for this taxi and I can't see him. And when I did see him, he drove past. So I get upstairs and I'm quite agitated. It's hot. I'm feeling shitty. And I pour my bags down and think he's not coming. Then he beeps again. I go outside. And then I get spoken to like I'm a little child. Because he didn't get cross with me, but he wasn't happy and it wasn't my fault. My mum had actually said to the taxi rank, 7 Corey's Road. Now, what she meant is not flat 7. She didn't mean flat 7. So she meant block 7. So he got the wrong address. So he was waiting out beside a different block of flats. But what he said to me was, "If you saw me, why didn't you flag me down?" Because he was driving off. Because he was gone. That's why I didn't call. What's the point of shouting for a taxi driver when he's just driven past you and gone right up the top? So I said I was waiting outside, and apparently he wanted the taxi rank to have my phone number. So if anything went wrong like that again, they could ring me directly. But he didn't say that to me in the taxi. He asked my mother for my phone number. It's not my mum's phone number, is it? It's mine. So there was a bit of a nasty atmosphere in the taxi. And I don't appreciate being spoken to like I'm 12 when I'm 53. My mum shook the taxi driver's hand. She held his hand. and he looked at me as if I was the guilty party and I hadn't done anything wrong. He went to the wrong block of flats, and that's as simple as that. It was a mistake. But I was quite upset about the way I was looked at and how that was handled. But me and my mum resolved it. My mum was upset as well because she said the taxi rank controller, female, had a go at her over the phone. And my mum's elderly, but they've all made up now. It's okay. But there was quite a frosty atmosphere to start with when I went round to my mum's, and it wasn't either my mum or my fault. It was just a mistake. So after that, my mum gave me the £10 to pay the taxi driver, and she came out and shook his hand. I didn't. I went back into the flat with my mum, and later on my mum ordered some food from Pizza Tonight. So I'm going to have this later on. This is a pizza. I had two pieces of corn on the cob, and this is a fungi pizza. Fungi pizza, or a fungi pizza. Mushrooms, look. While I was waiting for the taxi to arrive, Mum said, would I like to go to the shop? So I went to the shop. The Polish shop, I got Weetabix with chocolate Weetabix, and some black soap. That's what it says. Dudu Osan black soap. So I've got some black soap. It smells really nice too. It smells very fresh, very nice. Black soap. Right, so I've got that. I went into the African shop, and the usual lady that speaks to me wasn't in there. The one that's very polite and nice was not in there. And there was a young lad in there, a young boy, and a different lady, and that lady was very polite, and she put my shopping in a bag. And then someone came in behind me into the African shop and went, "Hello, beautiful," to the coloured lady behind the counter. So as I was being served, he was talking over my head to the coloured, very nice female assistant who was trying to put my things in a bag, and he kept speaking, "Hello, beautiful." So I got large print crisscross puzzles. So I got a puzzle book. My mum was dressed in a low-cut top with white vest with roses on, and she's an older woman, so she's a bit more wrinkly than I am, and my mum can't help it. She's old. We all get old. When I get old, my skin will sag. But where my mum has lost a lot of weight, she's got wrinkly, saggy skin hanging down. And I posted a photo of myself, it wasn't my mother Jennifer, in a top showing that I'm a woman, because I'm being called an old man. And a certain somebody, as my mum said, she thinks him upstairs has mistaken my mother for me, or is doing it on purpose because no man will come near me if they think I'm an elderly lady or an old man, will they? So someone can't have me, so they are spreading rumours that I'm an old man and I'm an old hag. So that's not true. So it was a coloured gentleman, a nice dark-skinned man that gave my mum Jennifer the takeaway from Pizza Tonight. I was hanging washing up in my mum's back garden while my mum was paying the nice coloured pizza guy. I sat down and I watched a film, a very good film. I can't even remember what it was called, about a girl making a wish on her birthday. Because I'm probably going to be alone on my birthday, I don't know. All being well, my mother's still okay. I'll probably spend my birthday with my mum, because I want to. But it was a girl who wished for a boyfriend for her birthday, and one magically appeared, and it was a happy ever after, very nice film. So it wasn't a scary one and it wasn't a nasty one. This girl wished for a boyfriend on her birthday, someone to take her to the dance, because she was sort of being picked on, if you know what I mean. So I watched that. Then I watched Life is Too Short, about a red camper van travelling around the world, etc. And they were in France. So they were camping around France. I enjoyed that very much. They're a very nice couple. They obviously love each other very much. And it shows, and they're very nice. And they do wonderful videos, and they're a wonderful couple, and that's how a man should look after his woman. He treats his wife very well, and looks don't matter. They don't. When your wife or your husband gets old, you love them when they go grey or when they go bald, right? So, and that's it really. And one of my mum's neighbours came out to his car, and he had a Puma top on, a Puma top and a Puma bottoms, and he went to his car, which had a gorilla with teeth. A white van it was a gorilla parked near where my dad's car used to be. There's a white Toyota, brand new one there now. My dad had a rusty old Toyota Red Starlet. There is now a white Toyota in there, a brand new one. And next to it is a white van with a gorilla with huge teeth, huge incisors. And I waved to the guy. I waved to the guy in the Puma top. Very nice. The woman, his mum, is very polite, and she speaks to me and my mum. So somebody waved to me, a complete stranger I don't even know, around my mum's. And then when I got home, I had a big bag of cat litter. My mum gave me a massive bag of heavy cat litter, and the driver helped me take it out of the the boot of the taxi. It's from Morrison's. Yeah. This massive bag of cat litter, he took it out, it's heavy. Took it out the back of the taxi and put it round the back for me. And then I just took it slowly with all the shopping up the stairs. Well, the lift. Part of it up the stairs, some in the lift. And then I was in my flat 10 minutes, and my neighbour upstairs came in his Puma top. So he gets out of his car with his Puma top on, and his kids come out of the car. And I don't go down there. I wait till he comes in. I have a cup of coffee, and then I take Max out for a walk after he's come in. Well, apparently I'm an old hag and a Puma, so there you go. You go near people that want you, not people that call you names and they get the wrong end of the stick. So it's, And then I went round the field with Max, and the Skagen boat is round there. The Skagen that I did a video on. When I wasn't able to go and see the music festival in Rochester, I did a small video about seeing the boat, the Skag Urn, and that was on the water this evening. I'm in my flat. They are making noise, but I'm taking no notice of them. Because people that want attention, draw attention to themselves. If I was an ugly old hag, if I was a puma and stinky, they wouldn't be making so much noise, would they? Because if you don't want somebody to knock on your door, you wouldn't make a racket. I am going to get on with the rest of my day. There's nothing wrong with me. And I'm going to see if I can get go out with somebody at the weekend. Who knows? And he can stay up there with his kids and sulk. I am now going to watch the telly, have a cup of coffee, and, you know, this is a grudge taken to the extreme. Because my mum was going about someone that left a note. My mum wrote to Elvis. Well, I didn't write to Elvis. I left a note on a neighbour's doormat to keep the noise down. Because he's got black hair upstairs like Elvis. So I know what my mum's talking about when she's referring to somebody as Elvis. She wrote a letter to Elvis. I didn't write a letter to Elvis. I wrote a note asking someone to please keep the noise down. It was making my pain even worse than it was already. And I certainly wasn't coming on to them. It wasn't a lovey-dovey letter. It was a letter begging them to stop the noise. It was causing me so much pain. Right, and now we've got that cleared up, and I can move on and actually find somebody that cares about me and is not nasty and horrible, then I'm fine about it. Okay, so when my mum's talking about Elvis, I know exactly what she means. And when that Mark was up there and said, I fancy you, I know where that was coming from as well. And can I tell that person, I'm definitely not interested. Thank you very much. Now, if to everybody else, have a good evening. I'm going to do another video with some things I got today. See you later.